everyone! Today I'm going to be taking a look at the first princess in the 2011 Disney Princess Designer Collection. So it's been quite some time since this collection released. I acquired all of these dolls over a period of a few years. In the beginning I got a few of them that I really like first one was Belle and Pocahontas. But then whenever the Designer Premiere series came out, I thought, well, I need to own that whole collection. Because I thought, well, I need to have the single princess dolls, because there's been couples and different themes. So I would believe I received Snow White a few years ago, probably 2018. So here she is in all of her designer glory. And I do also have her slipcover, so I can show you what that looks like. But we're just going to be taking a look at a few of the details and just getting a general view of her, and I'd like to eventually do a video on each one. And in this set there are 10, because at that time Rapunzel was the latest princess and she is number 10. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay, here is Snow White's slipcover. This is what the front of it looks like. Has this beautiful image of Snow White, and this is designed by Disney artist Steve Thompson, and he designed all of the art for this line, which he has received glowing reviews for, and I believe he's received many art awards, and it seems like on his Instagram he promotes it a lot, so I think it was really something he's proud of, and I see why, because it is beautiful. So here's this take on Snow White. This is the official image of the doll. On the side we have like a pan of Snow White, of the art, and it's the same on this side. On the back is some details. So there is a description of what the collection is. And here is some clip arts of, I guess it's like zoomed up little images of the artwork, and it just tells you what kind of details are happening there, like blue rhinestones, rooted eyelashes, of course, red jeweled bow, which we'll see, white gloves, flowy cape, yes. And then hurrah, the final look there at the bottom. So over here is the price. Whenever these dolls originally came out, they were $59.50. See if I can get a close-up of that. Yes. Can you believe that designer dolls used to be only $59? I can't, because we've price jumped so much, and now we have single designer dolls that are $120. So this really takes us back. So here is her slipcover, and then this is what the inside of it looks like. You just pop it over the doll. In my doll room, I don't like to have these on the doll, so I usually just keep them somewhere else so I can see the doll in all of her glory. So here is Snow White and her casing. These designer dolls are in a plastic case, and they did this for quite some time, a few years, until it's eventually been retired now. So you don't see dolls in this anymore, which I miss, because this is so wonderful to dust. You don't have to worry about box getting dinged or anything like that with cardboard. She is able to be viewed from every side, you know, even through the top. But I really miss this. I wish the Disney store would bring this back. So, because I don't like the new boxes with the doors, but it kind of is what it is. So here she is, and on the bottom it says her name on a plaque. And this is like a filigree kind of artsy base. And yes, it gives you like a full view of the doll. See her red cape there. On the back of the box, there's the artwork again, and it gives you the certificate of authenticity. We'll let the camera adjust there. Yes, so I received number 3509 out of 6,000 of this one. And something about this set is each princess kind of varies on how many is made of each one. Like, the more popular ones seem to be really high numbers. So I'll have to take a look at some of those because I don't know those right off the top of my head, but Snow White at least is 6,000 of her were made. So here's Snow White up close. So her face for this doll was completely new. And I don't think that they use this face again. And the makeup is very different than what they do nowadays. But she has, of course, black hair, brown eyes, red lips, and like a pinkish eyeshadow. Her hair is like rolled into like a poofy kind of vintage look, and her bow is bejeweled, as it said on the back of the packaging, and tied in there with threads and clipping, I'm sure. I've never opened this doll, and I did get her secondhand off eBay, and the seller did say it was unopened, so I doubt that she's been out of her packaging ever. Now, since this doll was $59.50 when it came out, I got it a few years later. I think I paid about $120 for her. So it wasn't like too bad. I mean, this depending on what you're willing to spend on a doll, but you know, in terms of like the expensiveness of other dolls, I was thinking this wasn't too bad. And I don't know what current market prices are because I haven't looked these up for a long time. So I'm not sure about price. So, but she does have like this vintage kind of feel to her, like vintage runway curl kind of hair. Her cape clips there at her neck, and then she has this blue bodice that has straps, and the bodice has little crystals on it, which just kind of shimmer in the light, and they just give her a little bit of sparkle. And the fabric is really, really nice, you know. So this does seem a little more simpler than a lot of the dolls I'll be showing you guys, like the Snow White doll video I've done and on my TikTok. But this fabric is so like chic. It's like a Vogue moment for the princesses, and I think that's what they were going for with this and what Stephen Thompson was going for. So she has white gloves, and they're rubber banded on her to keep them nice and fitting. And her skirt is this beautiful yellow fabric. I mean, just look at the quality there. Her cape is tacked on. It shines in the light and goes up behind her. And I bet if you displayed this doll outside of this case, the cape would be beautiful. But in there it's held down. But the thing I like about these cases is that you can see every angle of her. In her hand, she has the apple, but it's not the apple, like I've said. I don't think she'd want to be holding that. It's like a clutch, and it's got like little gems on it. So the apple here is like a handbag. I think that's really cool. And in terms of shoes, I don't know what's going on underneath there, but from what I've seen, I want to say they're just like yellow heels. Just like some basic yellow heels. Alright. Here's just another quick look at the back of the box. And then the certificate of authenticity. Just gives some details there. Alright, and here's just a quick look of where I have the Snow White doll displayed, and I have all of the princesses in this set together. So she's looking stunning there on the shelf, and stay tuned as I take a look at the rest of them. And I do have them in order that their movies are released. Oh, and ignore the Incredibles down there. They're just kind of there because that's where I have space for them. But alright, thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos, okay? Thank you and have a magical day.